We could see even more video connected to the deadly beating of Tyre Nichols. A prosecutor says up to 20 hours has not been released. It includes audio of what was said after the beating. Nichols' killing is putting renewed pressure on the Biden administration to pass the stalled George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. CBS 2's Nicole D'Antonio joins us live from Washington.
Now, Nicole, the president and vice president are planning to meet with members of the Congressional Black Caucus to push to get police reform on that legislation back on track.
Yeah, they're having that meeting today. Jim, Marie, one day after Tyre Nichols was laid to rest, his family says their work is just beginning. They're demanding accountability and justice starting right here on Capitol Hill.
At the National Prayer Breakfast Thursday, President Biden referenced Tyre Nichols and his family.
Justice is long overdue.
Wednesday in Memphis, Vice President Kamala Harris made an impassioned plea at Nichols' funeral for restarting negotiations on federal police reform. Congress started work on a bill after the death of George Floyd in police custody, but it's been stalled for a year and a half.
We demand that Congress pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Joe Biden will sign it.
The legislation aimed to, among other things, limit unnecessary use of force, restrict the use of no-knock warrants and chokeholds, and limit qualified immunity, which shields officers from many potential civil lawsuits. That last measure met resistance from Senate Republicans.
The president and vice president are meeting this afternoon with the Congressional Black Caucus to figure out how to make progress on the bill. But with Republicans now controlling the House, the legislation faces a steep uphill climb.
We should have simple legislation that we can agree upon.
On the Senate floor earlier this week, Republican Tim Scott blamed Democrats for not making a deal on areas where there was common ground. Reforms that included de-escalation training and a duty to intervene, something Tyre Nichols' family is now calling for.
Had the duty to intervene been law of the land on the federal level, it could have made a difference in Memphis, Tennessee.
With the Floyd bill stuck, President Biden signed an executive order on police reform for federal law enforcement last May, and more executive action may be on the table. But the White House concedes there is no substitute for federal legislation.
And the Nichols family is expected to be right here on Capitol Hill to attend that State of the Union address this upcoming Tuesday. Jim, Marie.
Nicole, thanks so much.